Well, welcome to video 4, multiplying polynomials. So we're going to talk a little bit about the distributive property, which is something that we've already used and talked about. The distributive property is multiplying a term in front of the parentheses to every single term inside of the parentheses. So we have a procedure for multiplying these polynomials. First, we start by multiplying the coefficients. Then we multiply powers with the same base by adding our exponents. And lastly, if the expression has parentheses, you must distribute to simplify the expression. So let's start by simplifying the following. So we have this out front, negative 5c squared, being multiplied by this group of things, 5c minus 4c squared. Well, because it's being multiplied to the group, we have to make sure that we distribute and multiply what's outside by everything inside. So start by multiplying it by the first thing. So negative 5 times 15 gives us negative 75. So I'll write that down. Then we do this next part. The c squared is being multiplied by this c. So same base, we're going to add the exponents. 2 plus the 1. 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So we write that as c to the third power. So that's just the first one. Now we have to say, okay, well now this is also being distributed. This negative 5c squared is being multiplied by this second thing. So now I have to do that, times negative 4. So negative 5 times negative 4. Remember that the sign always goes with the second term. So negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. Now the important thing there is that we have to do the plus sign because these were connected with subtraction, not multiplication. So it's a positive 20. Then c squared times c squared, add the exponents, same base, so c to the fourth. Okay, so this next one we'll do a little bit faster. I've got 5 out front here. I'm going to be multiplying that times the things in the parentheses. So start by doing 5 times d, which is 5d. Then I do 5 times negative 3, which would be a negative 15. So remember, we have to keep that sign there because these are connected with subtraction here. So we can't all of a sudden lose that and make it multiplication. And then we would do 5 times the d squared, which would give us 5d squared. So we get 5d squared. Remember that we didn't have to change that because this d squared, because there was no d with this term outside. So we just bring it down. And then we still have this minus 10d, so that just goes at the end. Okay, so we don't have any parentheses left, but this brings us back to what we've done in the past. Now I have to write this in simple standard form. So start with the highest exponent. So when I look through here, I see this is a 1, no exponent. So this is the highest, 5d squared. So it comes first. Then as I look through, I see that the next thing I have is a 5d, and I also have minus 10d. So combine those, we get negative 5d. And then lastly, we have this negative 15, nothing to combine it with, so we just bring that down. And then that is our final answer here. Okay, we're going to skip the next one and go down to the bottom part, and we'll fill the other part in class. So what if we have to distribute a binomial to a binomial or a binomial to a trinomial? We are going to apply the same concept of multiplying, but do it more than once. We have to take turns. So we're going to use the distributive property to simplify first. So just like what we've done in the past, we're going to start by saying, okay, well this right here, this x, is being multiplied by x. So x times x gives us x squared. But then we also need to multiply this x times the 5, so that gives us 5x. The difference here between what we've done last time is we also have this 4 being multiplied, so we've got to do 4 times x to give us 4x. And then lastly, we'll do this 4 times the 5 to give us 20. Now it's like what we've done in the past. We're just going to combine like terms. So I've got a 5x here and a 4x here. We put those together to give us 9x. And then we get our final answer here of x squared plus 9x plus 20. Now I'm going to show you another way to do the same problem. This is using the area model, and I do like to use this. So when we see a binomial times a binomial, we're going to start by writing out this box. So you'll notice that I just put the x plus 4 and the x plus 5. Then I'm going to multiply x times x to get the same thing. X squared, then 4 times x to get 4x. And then we do this x times 5 to get 5x. And lastly, 5 times 4 to get 20. Then just like before we look for like terms, here they are here. 4x plus 5x gives me 9x for the same answer. right, and we'll see you tomorrow.